Yes, students, good morning. Earlier we discussed about relative motion and we did one or two problems. Now today we continue the problems based on relative motion. Here is a problem. A jet airplane traveling at the speed of 500 km per hour ejects its products of combustion. In a jet aeroplane, their gases, that is fuel, whatever be the fuel taken for that aeroplane, there that fuel burns. The chamber where the fuel burns is called combustion chamber. So their fuel burns and it turns into the gas. This gas ejects from a narrow hole back of the airplane. So from this narrow hole, which is also called as orifice, the gas ejects. So when this gas is ejected with some speed, again it pushes that airplane. So that gases, exhaust gases, they are called exhaust gases. So here these gases, these are the products of combustion. Because of combustion, gases produces. So this airplane ejects its products of combustion at the speed of 1500 km per hour. This gases exhaust with a speed 1500 km per hour relative to the jet plane. This speed is relative to jet plane. What is the speed of latter? Latter means gases speed relative to ground. So here the data given is jet plane speed. So jet plane speed is velocity of jet plane, aeroplane. So that speed is 500 km per hour. When nothing is given with respect to what? When nothing is given for any speed, then it is taken to be with respect to ground only. Here this is the speed of jet plane alone. Alone means if it is with respect to ground, we can write as velocity of aeroplane with respect to ground is, according to our notation, it is VA minus VG. This is VA minus VG. But velocity of ground is always 0. So VAG is VA. Means velocity of airplane alone means, that means it is with respect to ground, which is given as 500 km per hour. Now when jet aeroplane moves, here this jet aeroplane moves in this direction, gases ejects in this direction. So velocity of gases exhausted, velocity of exhausted gases with respect to aeroplane. Velocity of exhaust gases with respect to aeroplane. Velocity of exhaust minus velocity of aeroplane. Okay. Now this was given. Velocity of exhaust gases was given. And now you are asked to find with respect to ground. Given was velocity of exhaust gases with respect to aeroplane, and you are asked to find velocity of exhaust gases with respect to ground. If this is alone, then we can write this as I show here. If velocity of aeroplane alone means that is with respect to ground. Similarly, velocity of exhaust gases alone means we can write it as velocity of exhaust gas minus velocity of ground. Here again we can write plus Vg minus Va. Now this is minus Vg plus Vg cancels, you will get velocity of exhaust minus velocity of aeroplane. As we discussed in the earlier class, velocity of A with respect to B is equal to velocity of A minus velocity of B. In the same sense, velocity of exhaust gases with respect to airplane is velocity of exhaust gas minus velocity of airplane. When this term is alone, what we can write? If this term is alone, that means it is with respect to ground. So here I am taking minus Vg plus Vg. Now this can be written as Ve minus Vg, and this can be written as minus of Va minus Vg. Since this is a plus, when minus term is taken common, now this becomes Va minus Vg. Now Ve minus Vg means with respect to ground, velocity of exhaust gas with respect to ground. So here we can write it as velocity of exhaust gas with respect to air. In this direction, this is 1500 kmph and this is 500 kmph. Okay. Now velocity of exhaust gas with respect to airplane is equal to Ve minus Vg. Velocity of exhaust gas with respect to ground minus velocity of airplane with respect to ground. Okay. Now here you are asked to find out velocity of exhaust gas with respect to ground. Here what is this and what is this? If you take this direction as positive, then this is negative. If this is 500 km per hour is positive, then this is negative. With respect to airplane, this is 1500. Since airplane is moving in this direction, these gases exhaust from the airplane in the reverse direction only, then it will be minus 1500. And you have to find out this one, velocity of exhaust with respect to ground, and this is minus Vag, which is minus Vag is 500. So here minus sign is there and Vag is 500. So velocity of exhaust gas with respect to ground is minus 1500 plus 500, then it will be minus 1000 km per hour. Okay. So this is the method. So here the points to remember when you are dealing with the relative motion are, the points are, if any parameter is given alone, keep it in mind that that parameter is given with respect to ground. Otherwise, that parameters will be given with respect to any other. As here it was clearly given that this speed is, velocity of exhaust gas speed is relative to jet plane. Okay. That means here this 1500 is velocity of exhaust gas relative to airplane. Okay. That is why here we take minus 1500, because since this is considered as positive, so this is in opposite direction, we can take this as minus. Okay. So this is you have to keep in mind, right? Fine. Here another problem relative to relative motion. A police jeep is chasing with velocity of 45 km per hour a thief. Police jeep is chasing a thief. The speed of the police jeep is 45 km per hour and thief is in another jeep moving with velocity 153 km per hour. Thief jeep is moving with 153 km per hour. Now police fires a bullet with a muzzle velocity of 180 meter per second. So bullet speed is 180 meter per second. Then the velocity with which it, means bullet, strike the jeep. If bullet is fired with this muzzle velocity, What is the velocity that bullet strikes? First, write down the data. 45 km per hour. This is the velocity of police jeep. Since velocity is given alone, then this is with respect to ground. Thief velocity is also alone with respect to ground, and policeman fires a bullet with a muzzle velocity 180 meter per second. Then here, with what velocity that bullet strikes the thief jeep? Okay, so here velocity of cop, that is 45 km per hour. Can we write in meter per second? If this is kilometer per hour, what we have to do? We have to convert it into 5/18 meter per second. We can convert this meter per second into kilometer per hour also. Why? Because we can get any one unit. If this is in meter per second, since these two are in kilometer per hour, we can convert this into kilometer per hour, then our final answer would be kilometer per hour. If we convert these two into meter per second, then our final answer would be in meter per second. Okay. So here this is in kilometer per hour, we are converting it into meter per second. So we are multiplying it with 5/18. Now this is 9592 25/2 meter per second, and for thief it is 153 into 5/18. Again this is 9 ones 9, 63, 9 7, this is 9 2s, 85/2 meter per second. Now here this is police jeep, here this is thief jeep. Now when bullet is fired from this police jeep, since bullet is gun and bullet both are in police jeep, they already have the velocity of police jeep. Simple example, if we are traveling in a bus and bus is moving with some 60 km per hour, then our body also attains the same speed. If we want to get down of the bus with the same speed, since we are sitting steadily, we feel that means we are at rest. But if we get down of the bus traveling with 60 km per hour, then we have to get down and we have to run. Of course, it is difficult to do that thing, but for example, otherwise if it is moving with some 10 km per hour and if we want to get down, what we do? We will run for some time after getting down the bus, because already our body is having the same 10 km per hour. Then if we are getting down, so immediately if we stop, our body does not accept, since it is having some 10 km per hour velocity, so that we fall down. Okay. So here everybody, when it is in some frame, it should have the velocity of same frame. So since if we are moving in a bus with any speed, then our body also attains the same speed. Here also bullet and gun both are in police jeep, means if police jeep is having some velocity, then bullet also have that velocity. Now if that bullet is fired with this muzzle velocity 180 meter per second, then the total velocity of the bullet would be 180 plus police jeep velocity. Why? Because here already this is having 25/2, already bullet is also having 25/2, even though bullet was not emerged from the gun, but still it is having 25/2 because it is already in police jeep. So it is already in cop jeep, so it is 25/2. Now again you are giving 180 meter per second, So what would be the total velocity of the bullet? 180 plus 25 by 2. Okay. Now velocity of the bullet. Velocity of the bullet. So with respect to ground, if we write velocity of bullet minus velocity of ground. Okay. Now here this is velocity of bullet with respect to ground. Now here velocity of bullet with respect to cop jeep, can we write it as Vb minus Vc and plus Vc minus Vg. Can we write Vb minus Vc plus Vc minus Vg. Here this is with respect to ground we are writing. This bullet was emerged from jeep, means it is already having 180, and here this is Vc minus Vg, that means velocity of the cop jeep with respect to ground. So what is the total bullet velocity with respect to ground? Here we can write it as Vb minus Vc plus Vc minus Vg, means Vbg, it is Vb minus Vc, velocity of bullet with respect to cop jeep, since bullet is emerged with 180 meter per second from the jeep. So here this is 180 plus this is Vc minus Vg, 25 by 2. So the total is 360 plus 25, 385 by 2, which is also written as Vb alone. Why Vb alone? Vbg, Vb minus Vg. What is Vg generally? 0. What is Vg generally? 0. So Vbg alone can write as Vb. So this is 385 by 2. So Vb minus Vg, here what we wrote? Vb minus Vc plus Vc minus Vg. Likewise we wrote, so Vb minus Vc, velocity of bullet with respect to cop, since it was emerged from police jeep. Since it was emerged from police jeep, police knows with what velocity it was emerged. But for the person standing on the ground, with respect to ground, what he feel already bullet is having some velocity. Why? Because even bullet is at rest in the gun, but for a person standing on the ground, when police jeep is moving, in the gun is also moving with respect to the person on the ground, since it is in the police jeep. So bullet is also moving with respect to the person on the ground. So here initially already bullet is moving some with velocity, and now with what velocity it was emerged? 180 meter per second. That was emerged from where? Police jeep. That means policemen can only know that it is emerged from 180, but the person standing already it is having 45 kilometer per hour, and again it is emerged with 180. Then with respect to the person on the ground, he feels that it is moving with 385 by 2. So this is velocity of bullet. Now with what velocity this bullet strikes the thief car? So for a thief, velocity of bullet with respect to thief, with what velocity it strikes? Here it is emerged, and here it strikes. Okay. Now with what velocity this bullet strikes? Actually when it comes out, now its velocity is 385 by 2. With respect to person on the ground, its velocity is 385 by 2. Here when it is emerged with respect to the policeman, its velocity is 180 meter per second. Its velocity is 180 meter per second, but with respect to the person on the ground, it is 385 by 2. Now when it strikes this thief's car with this speed, what is the speed with respect to that thief? Means velocity of bullet with respect to thief, Vb minus Vt. So with what speed it strikes the thief's car? Vb 385 by 2 minus Vt 85 by 2. So this is 385 minus 85, 300 by 2, 150. Since all parameters are converted into meter per second, so this is 150 meter per second. So for a person standing on the ground, velocity of bullet is 385 by 2. For the policeman, it is 180 meter per second, and if it strikes the thief's car, then with respect to thief, velocity of bullet is 150 meter per second. So when we are dealing with relative motion problems, first of all, where these parameters are involved in the frames. Here if you take bullet, first it is involved in policeman frame. So with respect to policeman, he knows the velocity of bullet actually, since it is in that frame. Both are moving together. But for a person on the ground, here it is already having, bullet is already having some velocity. For a policeman, if bullet is not emerged from gun, for this policeman, it appears to be at rest. But for the person on the ground, bullet is also moving. Why? Because police jeep is moving. Now when this bullet is emerged, now policeman knows that it is velocity 180, but for the person on the ground it is 385 by 2. Likewise, its velocity is relative and it is changes frame by frame. For the police frame, for the ground frame, for the thief frame. So here 3 frames. Then the velocity with which it strikes the thief's frame, it is 150 meter per second. So you keep in mind that frames of reference means where it is existing with respect to which we are discussing, that are important in relative motion. Okay. Well, here one more problem. A car is standing 200 meter behind a bus which is at rest. The two start moving at the same instant, but forward accelerations. The bus has acceleration 2 meter per second squared and the car has 4 meter per second squared. The car will catch up the bus at a time of. Question given is, here is a bus, here is a car. Initially both are at rest. Now the separation between them is 200 meters. So here both moves from rest and bus moves with an acceleration 2, car has more acceleration 4. So since it has more acceleration, its speed rises up, so it can overtake the bus. In order to overtake, car has to travel extra distance of 200 meters. Okay, since these two are separated by 200 meters. Now, if it is not in relative motion, means we don't think it in the relative motion way. In general, if we want to use equations of motion, how to solve? For example, if both travels, then after some time, bus moves to some distance x. So car has to travel 200 plus x, then they meet each other, right? So since both are started at the same time, during time t, bus moves to x. During the same time t, since car has more acceleration, its speed rises up. So during the same time t, it travels 200 plus x. Now taking equations of motion, we can solve. That is one method. But if we use relative motion concept, we can get the solution in 2 steps. If we go for equations of motion, then we have to use 2 more steps. So here bus travels a distance x in a time t. Car travels 200 plus x in a time t again. Okay, during that t, car overtakes bus. Now for bus, if we write, distance travelled is x, time is t, initial velocity bus starts at 0, then using s is equal to ut plus half at squared, acceleration is 2. Now using s is equal to ut plus half at squared, here s is x, u is 0 plus half a1 2 t squared. So this is half and 2 get cancels, this is a t squared, this is x for bus. Now for car, what we have to write? The same one. For car this is 200 plus x. For car initial velocity 0. Since both started at the same time, when car overtakes the bus, it travels time t. During that time t, bus travels distance x and car travels 200 plus x with an acceleration a2 4 meter second inverse 2. Now for car, using s is equal to ut plus half at squared, 200 plus x, s is equal to ut 0 plus half a 4 t squared. So this is 2t squared. So 200 plus x is equal to 2t squared. This is equation 2. X is equal to t squared. This is equation 1. Now substituting 1 into, so here we get 200 plus x, x is t squared, this is equal to 2t squared. So now t squared bringing to that side, 2t squared minus t squared, which is t squared is 200, t is root 200, that is 10 root 2 seconds. So this is one method. Here what we use? We use equations of motion for the first body and second body. Now if we go with relative motion concept, it is easy for us to solve this one with only 2 steps. Here what is this 200 meters? Car is behind the bus. So this is the relative separation. This is the relative separation. We can say separation of bus with respect to car, which is 200. And what acceleration bus travels? 2. What acceleration car travels? 4. Now car has to overtake bus. It has to travel 200 meters additionally with respect to bus. If bus travels a distance x, car has to travel 200 plus x. So what is the difference? 200 plus x minus x, which is 200. So this is the distance traveled by car with respect to bus, displacement 200. Okay. Now what is their initial velocities relatively? Initial velocity of car with respect to bus. Initial velocity of car with respect to bus. U car minus U bus. Since car velocity initially 0 given because it started from rest, car is standing and it started from rest. Bus is also at rest. So both are at rest since it is 0 minus 0. So initial velocity relatively is 0. Now since this relative displacement to be covered, then what are the accelerations here? So the accelerations are, so for car it is 4 meter second inverse 2. For bus it is 2 meter second inverse 2. Now when car has to overtake bus, the relative acceleration ACB is AC minus AB. When car is overtaking bus, with what extra acceleration the car has. That is the relative. So AC minus AB, which is 4 minus 2, 2 meter second inverse. Now you have to find time. So here just the data we wrote. Relative displacement of car with respect to bus, relative initial velocity of car with respect to bus, relative acceleration of car with respect to bus, and we have to find the time when car overtakes the bus. Now we will write using S is equal to ut plus half at squared. Here relative displacement of car, relative velocity of car, relative acceleration of car. So simply one expression is enough. Then using this data, substituting in that S is equal to ut plus half at squared directly, SCB is 200 and UCB into T is 0, half ACB is AC minus AB is 2 into T squared. So directly here this is T squared is 200, T is root 200, which will be 10 root 2 meter. Here this is in seconds. So now the time what we derived is this one. Using how many formulas? Only one formula. What we need, what we given. Here when car overtakes bus, it has to cover the relative separation. In order to overtake, it should have more acceleration relative to B. So the relative acceleration. Then you have to find out T. So doing with relative motion, we don't go for more steps. Simply one formula and we will get time expression. Fine. Here a train is moving at constant speed V. Its driver observes another train in front of him on the same track and moving in the same direction with a constant speed V. If the distance between trains be x, then maximum retardation of the train, so to avoid a collision. So here first train is moving with speed V. So first train speed is V, second train speed is small v. Here this is train 1, this is train 2 on the same track. This was moving with a speed capital V, this was moving with a speed small v. Here capital V is greater than small v. Where it was given? Nowhere it was given. Then how can you take capital V greater than small v? Because here in the given problem it was asked that maximum retardation of the train, so to avoid a collision. When collision happens, when train 1 moves with more speed, then only collision happens. So to avoid collision, it should retard. If this train 2 is having more speed, there is no possibility of collision. If it is moving with more speed, no possibility of collision. If this moves with low speed, again no possibility of collision. Then if this has a speed greater than small v, then only a collision is there. To avoid collision. To avoid collision with what retardation? Maximum retardation. The separation between these two is x, which we can call relative separation. And here, in order to avoid collision, this is the final relative speed. Initially, what relative speed they has? Capital V minus small v. And finally, if collision to be avoided, both final speeds should be same. then only collision will be avoided. If final speeds are same, that means if it is slowed down, with respect to this one, then when it is slowed down and then when its velocity becomes small v, then it could not collide. Thereafter, if it is slowed down even below small v, then it finally comes to rest. Of course, after retardation, velocity decreases and finally, of course, it comes to rest maybe. But the question asked is not in order to come to rest, in order to avoid collision. What is the retardation? In order to avoid collision, just collision to be avoided, thereafter they can move. That means to avoid collision, if its speed is reduced to small v, then after that both moves with small v, so that no collision is possible since both are moving with small v. So, when it reaches this distance x, its speed should be reduced to small v. Then the comparable speed, final comparable speed, this is also small v, this is also small v. So, final comparable speed is 0, so that no collision would be there. So, when it covers a distance x, its speed should be reduced to small v. So, if its speed to be reduced, it should have some retardation. What is that retardation? We have to find. So, here we will write final speeds. These are initial speeds, which is v1 v. Final speeds v1 dash small v, v2 dash small v. Then only both moves with small v speeds, so that they could not collide. What is the initial speeds relatively, final speeds relatively, and what is the acceleration? What is the retardation for this first train? So, retardation of first train with respect to second train, A1 minus A2. Since the second train is moving with constant speed both times, its acceleration is 0. It was not given any acceleration, but it is here, it is having some retardation since it is minus a. So, retardation of 1 with respect to 2, we can take it as minus a. Again, a12, acceleration of 1 with respect to 2, a1 minus a2. Since initially and finally second train is moving with the same speed, because it does not know that some train is coming back. So, it is moving with the same speed, but this driver knows that he is moving with more speed, even collision may occur. So, he has to reduce its speed. So, based on this train, how much speed he has to reduce, that is the retardation. So, for first train, retardation is minus a, second train it is 0. So, retardation of first train with respect to second train is minus a, that we have to find out. Similarly, displacement of first train with respect to second train. So, to avoid collision, maximum it can travel up to x. If it is more than x, collision occurs. So, this retardation or displacement should be less than x only. So, since its maximum value is x, why? Because here you are asked to find maximum retardation. So, x12 is x. Now, here initial velocities v12, which is v minus v. Final velocities v12 dash, which is v1 dash minus v2 dash. This is v. Finally, both has to reach the same velocity, then only collision will be avoided. So, both are v minus v. So, it is 0. This is initial, final, displacement, acceleration. Now, using this formula v square minus u squared 2as, here relative formula v12 dash squared minus v12 squared, initial is v12, final is v12 dash, relative speeds 2 a12 s12. Now, v12 dash v final velocity, sorry, this is final velocity is 0, V12 dash is 0 minus V12, V minus small v whole squared, V minus small v whole squared is equal to 2 A12 A S is x. Now here these minus terms get cancelled, so A is equal to V minus V whole squared by 2x. This is V minus V whole squared by 2x. This is the retardation. Okay.